Alright, so yesterday I spent all day installing, for the better part of the day, installing these ghost shadow lights. So door bottom lights, puddle lights, whatever you want to call them. I'm not thoroughly impressed with them. I did do a full install video that'll follow this. But with that being said, I was not fully impressed. You'll see the end result. Now, I did mess around with them a little bit before I installed them and ended up coloring in the circle on the outside. You'll hear me talk about it, and you'll kind of see it when you see the picture of, even though they're blurry, you'll see that the circle is gone. And I don't know if I messed them up doing that, but whether I did or not, I'm contacted them to see about getting a new set of inserts. And from there, did a little bit more research and found some companies with some better products. So I might be doing another upgrade install here in the future. Also though, right here at the end of the video, you'll see that a quick clip I inserted or installed. These are just AutoZone LED lights. Nothing fancy. They do brighten up the back of the tail. I have VHT nightshade, 3 coats of VHT nightshade over the back tail lights and the front side markers. And this really did help. It gave me a reverse light again, which is nice because once I VHT'd them, I had no reverse light, essentially. So it's really nice to get an upgrade light. And if you listen, they do react like you have a blinker bulb out, but that doesn't bother me any. All it does is speed up the blinker action. Personally, I like it. It's a little more attention getting. And I did go with all white, so both my rear blinker and my backup light are both white. Oh, and last thing, I have to apologize for the sniffling. I sounded sick through the whole video, and I still am. Been sick for about 4 weeks now. So anyways, just want to give you guys the information. Enjoy the video. So nothing fancy about presentation, right? Basically just everything you need here. So we have here are 2 LED door lights. So these are going to go on the bottom side of my door. This is just going to be the circuit board, which is going to allow it to be powered. So nothing waterproof, nothing fancy. Definitely don't want to be tugging on these cords because you will separate it from its little electronic board. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this thing apart and see exactly what it's made out of here. And then you can open that up. Now, here's where the magic happens. And remember we talked about the lenses. Here's the lens. So here's a quick preview. Now remember, this is on white, like vinyl almost. This is the inside ceiling of our RV. So this is kind of what it looks like. Now what I'm interested to see is if I can get that ring on the outside of that to disappear. I'm wondering if I can use some dry erase marker or some permanent marker. Maybe we'll try dry erase first and then go with permanent after that. But if I can get that outer ring to disappear, I think it'd be a lot nicer. I almost think it'd be kind of cool to get everything but the Subaru emblem to disappear. Or maybe just have it say Subaru. I haven't decided, but first let's worry about getting this ring. This is the wires coming in from the passenger door. Alright, and this is where I'm going to terminal in both the passenger and driver's side in this one spot, and then run a power wire up. Now my plan is to run the power wire up through here, up through the airbag side panel, and then across the headboard and to the dome lights. Seems to be the best place to pick up that power signal. So the trick here is I'm going to try to use this coat hanger for anything I can't reach. Let's do it simple. Check this out. It's kind of how this best way this works. It's nice and pinched, so they actually pull in there nice and tight. You don't got to put them very far. Fish them through. Now, alright, there we go. I got plenty of space to get these wires in here. So get them in here. Now I do have them twisted, which is actually kind of working against me here. Kind of productive. But bend them over. Let's go ahead and feed them the best we can. Essentially, we're just trying to keep this behind all the plastics. And so we're gonna get some terminal ends in this. You guys have never seen one of these. It is one of the most amazing little things ever. It's a zip tie gun. Take this, stick it on there, boom, tightens and cuts it. Alright, so we're gonna do a little test here. So now we know we have power. I'm going to tug this back up in there. So you notice there's a lot of slack in there, and that's just in case I ever have a better solution going in there and finding a better place to hook those terminals up to. Alright, so we're going to kind of mock this up. We're going to go ahead and drill a hole in this. So you can see, essentially this is the door panel. Through this fashion, we're going to flip it straight up. That way I have an idea kind of where the light is going to be aiming out. So we're going to get some measurements. Probably going to gloss some things that are going to be standard to either side, like these clips. These clips are going to be in the same spot on either side. Okay, so 1 3/8 out. So I want to go from this. I'm just going to go straight out and go 1 3/8. Straight up from the felt, 1 3/8. The felt was 1 inch over. So 1 3/8 from the back. We get all this hooked up. We'll hang the door from the edge. We'll check it. And then we'll come back here and we'll spin the jam nut and we'll get it squared away, get it exactly where we want it. Left plenty and plenty of wire. We can always zip tie it up, we can always get it out of the way. That's definitely not the issue. I'd much rather have extra wire than I have enough. So with that, it's much easier to hook up. I'm actually going to be able to just wire it all together right here, and then from here flip the door panel over and get it installed. I'm going to try to wrap this around this. Try and crimp all of this in the same crimp. Clear through this, and then with that I should be able to get a zip tie through it. So with that, we'll get everything plugged back in. I'm going to run both of the door lights to 1/2 of the splice. And I'm just going to use a male-female splice set that I don't have over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to hook both of the doors to one end of the terminal, and then I'm going to allow the power to come in on the other terminal. And the reason I'm doing this is in case I do want to add floor lights, again like Ninja Bart did on his WRX, case I want to do that in the future, anything like that, I'll have an option here to go ahead and tie in and do a different terminal. So meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and crimp all these down and then fit them all together. Alright, so this is the part that I really didn't get to catch on the other side. So basically we're going to run the wires through the normal weathering duct that runs into the door. Now the best way to do this, that I found out the hard way last time, is you just kind of barely pull it back and you'll see this little tab start to show up. I took and actually used a wood chisel, but any screwdriver or anything, poke in there, push it, pry it out, you'll pop it out. Now here's where it gets kind of tricky, because once you do get into the door, what you're going to find is that inside this rubber sleeve there's an actual, almost like a shrink wrap sleeve, and I ended up having to just poke a hole in it on the other side and route it from partially of the way it was already partially in the door where I poked the hole at, so that way the wire did come out inside the door. But again, that's not the best for the water tightness or water security of this plug and going into the car. So once we get the door panel, this driver's side door panel back off, we'll take another look at it and I'll show you how I got the cable through the piping. That'd be one of the worst door panels to get off, because the release is on the back side of the plug, which seems really not very wise to me. Alright, so we're on the inside now. So I went through here last time. I'm just gonna peel this back. I had to get this out of the way. And yes, I did hook it back up on the other side. Get that out of the way. Peel through this. So one thing I do have to do a little different on this side is that I'm routing it from the top down, which seems like it's going to be a bit more of a pain. But stab that through. And there we go. So take this, try to get through here, pull it out, get that through there. I like to feed a healthy amount through, because then you have less chance of it slipping. Pull the slack through. Now, go ahead and reinstall that from here. Okay, so once the wires are through the door, go back in here. Alright, so the video is definitely a little darker than I want, but hopefully we'll get to see exactly what we came out for. Well, we're definitely going to have to park on some concrete to see this. This one's a little easier to see, so something's going on with them. But Alright, so additionally we also went with some AutoZone LED bulbs. Brightens the back of the car up quite a bit.